Hello, beautiful. It's Khadija, and I'm back with another reaction video. This time, I'm going to be reacting to a Cassia application on someone who has such long hair, like super long hair. I'm already wondering, how much did she use for all of her hair? I'm so curious to see just the whole application process and all the steps that she went through. It's gonna be amazing because I've seen some of her photos on Instagram and they are amazing. So I'm really excited about this video.
So today's video, I'm gonna be doing a hair experiment, which I am so excited for. I'm gonna be trying out a Cassia treatment. Now, if you're brand new to this, you might be wondering, what is a Cassia treatment? Well, I have been researching my little butt off, so I'm gonna give you some information about it right now. Cassia is a plant, and people have been using the dried powdered leaf to condition their hair, and apparently it leaves your hair really conditioned and soft and shiny, and it's supposed to be good if you have any issues like dandruff or lice, because it's antibacterial and antifungal.
Yes, and that's so true. Everything she's saying is right on. A lot of people don't also know that Cassia is very cleansing as well. Have you ever mixed up Cassia, or if you're about to try it out, you'll see it kind of gets a little, like has that fluffy type of little small bubbles form a little bit when you're mixing Cassia, just a little bit, but it's very cleansing for the hair as well.
It's supposed to strengthen your hair a lot and help make your hair look thick, I guess. So for me, I'm really wanting it for the strengthening and the shine. And this is my first time doing a Cassia treatment, so this could go absolutely wrong, or it might just go fine and dandy. But I really wanted to kind of document the process so then I could look back and really see if it made a difference on my hair. And a lot of people refer to Cassia as neutral henna, but apparently it is not henna at all. It just has the same conditioning effects as henna without the dye. Henna is supposed to bring out the red tones of the hair, where Cassia is supposed to bring out the golden blondish highlights of the hair. So I wouldn't mind if I got a few highlights today as well.
Yes, exactly. I think that she's gonna get a lot of shine. I have a really good feeling that she's really gonna love the Cassia, and it's gonna make her hair gorgeous and give it just that extra pop. And oh, so let's see what happens.
And Cassia is not permanent for the hair, so you have to continually keep doing these treatments if you want to maintain the conditioning effects. I'm not sure how it reacts with dyed hair, so you'll always want to do a spot treatment.
So yes, it's still really good to do a bit of a strand test or a spot check on the skin if you're using Cassia and any new ayurvedic herbs or henna, because also allergies. If you're using Cassia from us here at Hennasooq, they're all safe. If you use it on dyed hair or your hair is permed, it's definitely safe to use. And exactly, it's not permanent the way that henna is. So with Cassia, you're going to be repeating it every 2 to 3 weeks about.
You want to do one on your wrist to make sure you're not allergic to it. And yeah, just test it out on a little strand. I'm going to be doing that to make sure that my hair doesn't turn green or something. And yeah, I'm super excited to do this, but I'm kind of nervous too, because most people say that they absolutely love it. Some people said it was a bit drying for their hair, and some people said it is very difficult to get out of your hair. So I'm a little bit nervous about that. Apparently, if you do the mermaid bath, where you just submerge your whole head underwater in a bath, it apparently comes out way easier.
Yes, that's a mermaid soak. I mean, it's probably one of the easiest ways to get henna, cassia, any of the Ayurvedic herbs out of your hair, because especially if you have a lot of hair. And some people do talk about how it gets difficult. It's mostly because if you have a lot of hair, long hair, it can just, stay. So you definitely want to soak that out really well. And this mermaid soak technique is really good because it loosens the hair, and it reduces like the chances of it tangling up as well, because you're basically just softly soaking it and letting your hair float. And the way she did is pretty cool.
So I'm in the bathroom and I'm gonna mix up my Cassia treatment. And I forgot to mention that what you're gonna wanna look for is just 100% pure organic Cassia Obovata powder. Nothing else should be on the ingredient list.
Yes, exactly. And I love that she points out that the two Latin names for Cassia are the same. So that's excellent. And that's what we have at Hennasooq.
And it'll just come in a package with finely milled powder. So I'm going to be using about 400 grams. You want to use different proportions depending on how long your hair is. And since my hair is very long and thick, I'm going to try out 400.
Yeah, so 400 grams is probably definitely good for her hair. I have a feeling, and I haven't even seen the end yet. I am doing this live with you guys. This reaction is pure live, right on the spot. So I think she would have leftovers. We'll see. Her charting, I don't feel like shoulder length hair really needs 200 grams. It depends. A lot of the quantity that you're using when it comes to your hair, you're going to be gauging that by, hair length and the hair, like the thickness and the amount of hair you have as well. Because some people will have, a less amount of hair strands and some people have more. So you kind of have to judge based on that. The good thing with Cassia, if you have leftovers, you can freeze it and use it next time.
So this is 300 grams of powder, and it seems like a lot. You know, the internet says that I probably need to use more, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put in the whole 400 grams and see. So now apparently we just take some warm water and mix it in until it's the consistency of pancake batter.
Personally, with Cassia, I haven't seen anyone get a greenish tint. Indigo usually is a culprit with making the hair green if the coloring didn't work when you're using henna with it and something messes up there. I'm not 100% sure of that because I do know that not all of our clients use distilled water, even though I really recommend warm to hot distilled water with this, not boiling, not cold. But tap water, I've never had anyone tell us it turned green unless they just haven't told us.
I think I should have used a bigger bowl, but I'll just keep working at it.
I think she kind of should have used a bigger bowl too. I was like thinking like, oh my gosh, is it gonna overflow? And this is really good in her video that she's showing that she adds the liquid slowly. That's exactly how I like to do it as well. And I really recommend that all of you add your liquid slowly. It's the same as baking. And if Henna and Ayurvedic hair care teaches you anything, it's to tell you how to add the liquid slowly and become, you could do that with your food to become a better baker. That's some ASMR right there. You guys hear that? I love it.
I had to get a much bigger bowl because that other one just wasn't doing it. So I've been stirring this for a good 5 minutes. It still has a bit of clumps in it. So unfortunately, I think I used way too much powder, which it actually had recommended 500 grams for my length of hair. So I did 400 instead, but this looks like a lot. You're supposed to wait, I think, like 20 minutes for it to develop a bit. I've been stirring this for a long time that by the time I get this in my hair, it's gonna be way over 20 minutes.
Yeah, so you don't have to keep stirring it. It's okay to let it rest. Let it sit there for like 15-20 minutes. And usually when you're letting it kind of rest and not stirring it, it kind of allows it to kind of dissolve. If you are a bit more in a rush, you can use a stick blender. There's a lot of clients you'd be surprised that use a stick blender, and that makes it really creamy and smooth. But the whipping does help a lot. But at that point, you can just let it rest and come back to it and stir it up really nice and really well. Some clients even use a whisk. You can use a hand whisk, and they have silicone whisks that you can use. If you decide to use a metal one, don't worry, it's okay. It's safe to use metals on our Cassia and our Ayurvedic herbs. It does not conflict with the herbs.
Okay, so now I'm going to apply the Cassia treatment to my hair. So I decided to section my hair off so I could really coat every section. And I tried to do a lot of research on this because I wanted to get the best results. And apparently you want to apply Cassia to freshly washed hair because if you have oils or residues, it can actually prevent the Cassia from binding to the hair.
And I also would recommend, even when you're doing like freshly washed hair, if you can leave your hair damp, it actually makes the application go on so much easier. It really just applies really easy, even though she's doing a great job. She doesn't have gloves, which is very brave of her because she has gorgeous hands, and I'm thinking it may leave a little bit of a stain, and because the Cassia has a little bit of that golden yellow dye molecule, she may get some yellowing of the nails possibly, and the same as with henna. I recommend you do use gloves, especially if you have pretty hands and you don't want to get all, you know, the herbs under your nails and whatnot. It just can be a pain in the butt, but like her, honestly, I love to feel the herbs and the, you know, I just love feeling everything. It's just enough I pay the price for that. So use your best judgment in that what works best for you.
So I washed my hair with my Khadija shampoo. However, I didn't condition it. I just wanted my hair to be in its pure, natural state. And I've read that you can do it on either damp or dry hair, but from a lot of the reviews I've been reading, it seems that doing it on dry hair may work a bit better and maybe a bit easier. So that's what I'm doing. And I will mention that my eyes kind of went bloodshot while doing this, I think because of all the grass particles in the air. And I would definitely recommend trying to wear gloves when applying the Cassia because my fingers ended up getting stained kind of a yellowish brown color. Not a good look. And as you can see, I am being very generous with this application. I am just coating my hair, making sure my scalp and all my hair is completely covered. I definitely think I could have gotten away with about 100 grams less of product, but now I'm going to continue applying this to my hair, and you guys can just listen to these squishy ASMR-ish Cassia treatment sounds.
Oh my God, I love it. It sounds so good. No wonder everyone loves this video. The sound and the whole process is so cool. It's like that slime ASMR sound for like for hair and Cassia.
And I have to mention this treatment is so messy. I think next time I'm gonna try doing it in the shower to contain the mess.
I think after you guys saw the mess, I wonder how many of you got discouraged. Definitely put some towels down. If you have a lot of hair and you're doing sections and there's a lot of movements going on because you're doing it on your own, yes, this can definitely happen. I would say in the shower is a great idea because then you have to do the cleanup. But luckily, this is not gonna stain anything that it fell on. It's just that you have more mess to clean up. So towels might be a good idea, and covering anywhere where it might fall, because I have definitely had it hit the wall and all sorts of stuff before. So just protect the area so it's easier to clean up at the end.
And I recommend using a towel that you don't mind getting ruined because my towel got some of the Cassia on it and it stained it and it didn't come out in the wash.
No, so that's why I stick to black towels. So that's a great, tip. If you are going to be doing your hair, lovelies watching this, definitely use dark colored towels. You can get a lot of them off of Amazon.
So now I'm gonna leave this on my hair for a couple hours and then we can wash it out.
I bet her neck hurt. Oh my gosh, she has a lot of hair and that's heavy. If you do suffer from migraines and are sensitive to just the weight and anyway, even sometimes the scent, sometimes if it bothers you, well, first for the scent, you can add essential oils. if you don't really like the scent of the cassia and any Ayurvedic herbal hair treatment, you could definitely do that. But I wouldn't recommend you leave it on too long, so that way you don't trigger, you know, a headache or neck pain. And just relax. Maybe even have, you know, something to support your neck. Just know, you know, yourself and provide yourself with what you need to be comfortable.
So to wash it out, I did a mermaid bath, and this is where you just fill up the bathtub and then dunk your hair in. And this really allows the cassia to come out much easier than just rinsing it in the shower. So this step really helped me out, but it still took a long time to rinse it out.
She's so cute.
And then I coated my hair with a ton of conditioner and really worked that in because I didn't want my hair to have any drying effects. And also the conditioner helps kind of make your hair more slippery to get that cassia out.
Yes, definitely. She could do exactly what she's doing. We have a cleansing co-wash that's restorative that you all will love. And might I mention the game changer herb that's going to help all of your hair treatments get so much softer, so much moisture, and then you'll just not feel any of that dryness. That will be aloe vera powder. You gotta get it.
And then I just hopped in and had a proper shower afterwards, but I didn't shampoo my hair. I just rinsed the cassia out and then conditioned and then rinsed it out again. Whew, so that was quite the messy adventure, but now we can talk about the results and the pros and cons of doing the cassia treatment. So I'm going to show you some before and after photos and videos so you can kind of see for yourself the effects that it had on my hair. I will say that the after results were a few days after I did the cassia treatment, because when I did the cassia treatment, I just washed it out with water. I did that mermaid bath like you saw in the video, and then I used a bunch of conditioner to just kind of work it through my hair, and it took me a long time to get it out of my hair. And then I let it air dry, and the next day I felt like my hair kind of still had the grass, the cassia in it. You know, I could like see little bits, and it felt like it had a bit of a residue. I could still smell it a lot. So I felt like that wasn't really a true end result. So I just let my hair be for that day. I let my natural oils come through, and then the next day I did a full shampoo and conditioner, and then that's when I saw better results. So some of the results I saw and felt, my hair was super soft after getting the treatment. I was just, you know, I kept touching it. It was really lovely. And then I did notice a little bit of increase in shine. It wasn't as dramatic as I was hoping for. I was kind of hoping for this, you know, glossy, like in the commercials where they're like, go like that with the hair and it's like all silky.
Yes, the glossy type of shine and define. I know. It's all editing of the videos when they make those commercials. So they definitely soup those up big time. But I think her hair so far looks amazing.
But I did notice a little bit of shine. However, I'm not 100% sure that that was from the cassia alone. It could be because I used like a ton of conditioner when I was washing the cassia out, so my hair got a really good conditioning treatment along with it. I didn't have dandruff or anything at the time, so I can't tell you the effects that it had on my scalp. I did notice that it brought out some of the golden tones in my hair. It kind of brought out almost brassy tones though, so I'm not entirely sure if that's what I wanted, but I did notice like a teeny bit of a change, like a little bit more golden, a little bit of a golden shine in my hair. So I mean, if I decide that I don't like the goldenness, it'll just wear off if I stop doing cassia treatments. But I did notice that that brassiness happened more in areas that my hair was really dry. Like certain parts of my hair are lighter in color, I think just from being bleached from the sun, and you know, my hair's so long, a lot of it's quite old. In some of those lighter sections I noticed a little bit of brassiness.
I mean, that was really cool. I mean, her hair is just amazing in general. So yeah, really nice. Wow.
But yeah, when I look at the before and after photos, I don't really see any difference. It's more when I'm looking at my hair in person and feeling it and, you know, looking at it up close and seeing everything that I notice the difference. But I don't want to say that it doesn't make a big difference for me, because I only did it one time, and from what I'm reading, a lot of people say it has more of a cumulative effect. So you might have to do it a few times. So I kind of want to try doing it maybe once or twice a month for like 6 months or something, and see what a difference it makes on my hair.
Yeah, and I love that approach. You definitely want to give Cassia and herbal hair treatments like a try more than once, because the first time alone you may not exactly see how it is, but it's more about being consistent. That's really key to healthy hair, is a consistency.
And then moving on to kind of the cons of the treatment. One is the mess you saw in that video. It was very messy for me. I mean, I was filming the video, so I kind of needed to be in the mirror to see what I was doing. But I would definitely recommend just doing it in your bathtub and having it all contained in your bathtub, so you can just kind of wash it away. And then the cost. For me, it was actually quite expensive to do the treatment because I needed so many of the packs. I used 400 grams. You know, I read from my hair length that it would take 400 to 500 grams. I definitely did not need 500 grams. 400, I was like, whoa, this is a lot. In the future, I will just be using 300 grams, or maybe even try going down to 200 grams. Because yeah, it adds up. If you have short hair or shoulder length hair, it won't cost you as much, because you'll only need probably 100 grams or so. So you can just buy one packet. But for long hair, yeah, you can get a bit pricey, you know? So yeah, that was my Cassia experiment. I will say it was a lot of work, a lot of time, but I have fun doing these things. I love experimenting with like natural remedies for the hair.
Yeah, definitely. She's right on point that if your hair is shorter, you have less hair, you're gonna use less product. I think long hair definitely requires, you know, more maintenance, more, you know, care in the treatments per se. You know, just overall being aware of having longer hair to keep it long, you know, and keep it healthy and avoid it from breaking and whatnot. So yeah, she has a lot of hair, so she definitely has to use a lot of products. So it's kind of normal, but I agree with her. I think 300 grams is plenty for her, and she can find other ways to use cassia and other herbs in combination with it, maybe to feel like she's getting a bit more of a value out of a treatment.
So I definitely want to try some other herbs as well, like amla, and I don't know, there's a few of them, so maybe I'll do experiments with those as well.
That was a really great video. I love her approach on the cassia treatment. It was amazing. I definitely probably would recommend more moisture. The aloe vera powder, she could have used a little bit of coconut milk, maybe even fenugreek powder would have been nice with that. And I'm just so curious to know, did she end up using the other Ayurvedic herbs, and which ones did she try, and which ones does she love? Like, what are her like top 3? I would be so curious to find out. And so you definitely gotta check out her channel for more great information, especially if your focus is long hair. She has a lot of great information that I love. And for more henna and Ayurvedic hair care, you gotta subscribe to the Hennasooq channel for more. We have a ton of recipes and a ton of tips for you to get gorgeous, healthy long hair, to treat your scalp, to maintain curls and volume. We have everything that you need right here on the Hennasooq channel. Thank you for tuning in and watching. I will see you all soon. If you have a suggestion for another video that I should react to, let me know in the comments.